And of course, these are all interchangeable patterns. You can move up and down the neck. But this first one that I was doing, it's a 4-string sweep. It starts off with a hammer-on and ends in a hammer-on, essentially. By way of end, I mean going from the 1st to the 4th string that I'm using, or in 2nd to 5th string, actually. But, you know. So, hammer-on. Hammer-on. Same with the other one. What I'm doing here is hammer on to the 5th, then I'm hitting here. Again, you're muting the adjacent string with your fret hand, not your right hand, your pick hand or whatever. Keeping the pick at a relative angle. Some people like to break, and that helps with the downward motion and upward motion, kind of like this. You can use your fingers as well, or you can do it straight. The key is getting this sound. If you mute the strings, you get this. It's even. Basically, yeah, that's pretty much it. If there's any other questions, let me know, Keith. Essentially, you just got to make sure that you keep it balanced. You want to try not to mute with your pick hand, and you want to mute with your fret hand. Again, in the studio or anything of that nature, if you're recording or you're live or anything like that, my feelings are, if you're in the moment, do what you have to do to get the job done. So if you're using improper technique, that's fine. But when you're practicing, it's better to use proper technique, so that way you at least know what you're supposed to be doing. I mean, you know, knowledge is power. This is all personal preference, personal opinion, so anybody can take it with a grain of salt. I'm nobody special or anything like that. I don't pretend to be. One of the things I wanted to tell you, though, is if you've noticed with a lot of shredders that do sweeping in particular, let's see if I can get this up here, right above the nut, a lot of people will put a piece of foam, rubber, or some other muting substance. That's basically making up for not properly muting with your left hand. You get ghost notes. This is great in the studio. I'll still do it in the studio if I'm using some crazy sweeps, which I'm not really doing at the moment. But yeah, I mean, that's one of those instances that I was talking about. Use what you have to use to get the job done. But when you're practicing, try not to use that kind of stuff, because it's a stigma. It's like walking with a crutch when you don't actually need it. Eventually you're gonna cause your body to distort from using said crutch. But anyway, yeah, get back to me. Let me know if there's anything else I can help with, if there's any other pointers, and if I can figure out how to do a better job with video editing and so on. Of course, I'll redo the video. If you want me to do some more other sweeps, I'll do that. One of the things to keep in mind is any of these patterns you can move up and down the neck. This one is, move it down 2 frets, but actually play the right notes. I've obviously messed that up. So yeah, any of these patterns that you learn, keep that in mind. I'm sure you already know, but a lot of really good guitar players don't realize that, and that really comes in handy. I mean, anything that you play, if it's a shape with your hands, which it's going to be, you can move that up the fretboard. And if you move it up the fretboard, that's a different key. Same thing with tunings. One of the bands I was in, I wanted to use one of my guitars that was in drop C tuning as an example, but we played in drop D. My other co-guitar player didn't realize that you could do that. He thought it would be too complicated to figure out. But all it is moving everything up that you play 2 frets. Just move your whole song up 2 frets. There you go. That's it. The reason I wanted to do it was, one, he didn't like to take lessons and so on, but he wanted me to teach him some stuff, yet he didn't want to sit down and learn. So while we were practicing, in the middle of it, I'd throw something at him like that. But yeah, you move it up 2 frets, there you go. But the personal reason I did it, though, was because I just really wanted to use a guitar that I had already set up for drop C tuning. I wanted to see how it sounded in our band context, and if it sounded really good, then I probably would have, restrung it and intonate it and all that stuff. Anyway, yeah, just let me know if there's anything else I can do. If there's anything else that you've seen me do that you would like me to show you, yeah, just email me or PM me. You can PM me on here or on the Marshall Forum, Facebook, wherever, YouTube, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks.